Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Mawaheb. Today's video I'm going to be burn testing Kera soy candle wax. Now I know I've done a few candles like that before, but it has been a year since I've actually filmed, so I just thought why not to bring back a little bit of a refresher, if you like, just a fresh video on me testing my candles. If you've watched last week's video, and if you haven't watched it, I'll link it down below. I did mention that I was testing Soy Luna for a while, but before Soy Luna I was testing Kera soy, and then Soy Luna came along and I was like, oh my god, I really want to try it, and I fell in love with it until I found out literally a week ago, or probably 2 weeks ago, that Soy Luna contains 20% paraffin and 80% soy. So for those of you that don't mind having that blend, please reach out to me. I'm happy to send it over to you. It's gonna have to be UK only because the box is really heavy and it will cost me a lot of money to have to ship something so heavy internationally. So we are going to be testing Kera soy today with the Eco Wicks and the TCR wick. One of my subscribers actually requested today's video, so thank you, and she also found it helpful if I was to link a candle burn test sheet for you guys down below, which is a Word document that basically outlines everything that you need to look out for when you're burning a candle. And normally you guys, when we are testing our candles, your first round of burn testing will always be 4 hours. You let your candle cool back down, and then the next day you start with another 4 hours, and then you just keep going. Without me talking too much, let's go ahead and start today's video. Okay, beautiful people, so here are the candles. Look how beautiful the colors of the jars are. This is like a really beautiful dark green, and this is a very beautiful navy. Honestly, these are just really good colors. Anyway, without me talking too much about the colors of the jars, this is basically the tops of the candles. It looks pretty good. It does need a bit of a heat gun because it looks a little bit wrinkly, but I'm not selling these. These are only for my home and for testing for today's video, so I'm just not going to worry about it. And then I had the same thing here, looking like a little bit wrinkly. It just needs a bit of a heat gun to smooth the tops. And this is all the information. I'm using Tonka tobacco flower, 8% worth of fragrance load. The beautiful green jar, I'm burning it with the TCR 2716 wick. I heated the wax to 73 degrees Celsius, poured the fragrance at 60 degrees Celsius, and I poured the wax into the jars at 55 degrees Celsius, and I did them together with the same fragrance. And this is Eco 10. I just wanted to see how the 2 wicks that I normally use for a 30 centiliter is TCR 2716 or an Eco 10. Now that I know that Soy Luna has a 20% paraffin inside, I've decided to go back to Kera soy, which I have quite a bit of in my storage. So I just want to retest again and just see how these wicks work. So because I am burning the same fragrance, I know I'm going to get a really good hot throw in the bedroom because I'm burning them together. Ideally in my second round of burn testing, or a little bit into my second hour of burn testing, wherever is convenient for you guys. I'd then separate the candles so you see how the hot throw is actually doing without them being together. But for now, I'm going to keep both wicks together because I want to show you how both wicks are behaving, because obviously I'm using 2 different series. But let me light these candles and start my first hour of burn testing, and I need my phone so I can start my alarm. Let me get that done. The candles are burning right now. My timer is on for an hour. I'll come back and I'll check in with you guys for another hour. I'm a little bit in love with these candles. I mean, look how it lights up. Honestly, I'm just like, wow. I have no words to describe how beautiful, how stunning and these jars are, and the cold throw of it. Wow, it's just a 10 out of 10. Honestly, I'm just so happy with it right now. Like, as soon as I walked into my room, you could fully smell that there's a candle burning, but it's not burning, it's just the cold throw of the candle. Beautiful. Anyway, I'll check back in with you guys in an hour. Right, this is our first hour burn. The Eco 10, the flame height is a little bit too long for me, or the flame height is just too big for me. If you compare the height difference, Eco 10 is a lot higher than TCR. This is a really nice flame height. This is a flame height that I like. It's not too big and it's not too small where it will switch itself off, but it's in the middle. So this I am happy with. The only thing that I'm not happy with a TCR is how in the first hour burn it started mushrooming, and I'm worried that as soon as it gets to the 3rd hour burn or the 4th hour burn, that mushroom will get a lot bigger. I just don't like when the mushrooming gets very big. I don't mind mushrooming if it starts developing on the 3rd hour or the 4th hour, but on the 1st hour it does worry me a little bit. But as in the flame height, and it's burning really well, and I don't have a full melt pool for the 1st hour burn, which is positive. Eco 10 also doesn't have a full melt pool, which is good considering it's the 1st hour burn. But the flame doesn't look very happy. It keeps raging basically, and it just keeps going higher, and this is not a wick that's correct for the candle container. This is a very good example actually. For this one, you guys, this is a good wick had it not been mushrooming that much. I'm gonna monitor it closely by the 4th hour burn, which you will monitor with me, and I'll see how big the mushrooming get. But I just don't like how it just developed 3 heads of mushrooming. It's like really irritating. I could try the Kera with the TB wicks. These are another good set of wicks. I really like TCR and TB, they're my favorites. Eco has actually become my least favorite because the flame heights on Ecos are always so high, and look at it just dancing away and doing its thing, while this one does flicker here and there. But again, flickering, you guys, I welcome it, but not when it's this type of flicker where the flame height goes so high. If it dances a little bit, I don't mind. Like this one is dancing, as you guys can see here, that's fine. I could wick down for the TCR and see how that will perform, but I'm worried that the wick might be too small and then I won't get the best performance in terms of hot throw. Lots of testing to do, you guys, but this is the comparison between the two. Wow, look at that Eco wick, what is going on here? The hot throw, by the way, is beautiful. As soon as I walked in, it smells like autumn. My bedroom smells excellent. It's actually one of my favorite fragrances to burn at home, especially this time of year. I actually want to try with wooden wicks, which we will try together as well in another video, and I will show you guys how it looks like on the 2nd hour burn. Okay, and this is me reporting back for the 2nd hour burn. The flame on Eco 10 is still pretty large. It's not a wick that I'll actually use for the size of this candle. It is pretty huge. We're still not at a full melt pool yet. There's still some wax residue around the container, which is great, but I'm still not happy with the flame. It's dancing. That will eventually start creating me some soot and smoke, which we don't need in a candle. TCR 2716, the mushrooms have definitely gotten a lot bigger than the previous hour, which is what I assumed for. I'm not too happy with the mushrooming, if I'm being honest with you. And again, we are almost at a full melt pool. We're still not there yet. There is still some wax residue around the candle container, which is fine. It means that the candle's burning nice and slow, but it's just the wicks are not working out for the candle, as you guys can see here. But yeah, definitely I think Eco is just, oh my god, Eco is just not the one, is it? Look how angry that flame is. It's just not happy, is it? I know you can see me in the mirror. Every time I film, you guys can see the same pajamas. I promise you I wash this. It's just my favorite set. I want to try and make essential oils with these containers and see how that will smell like with Kera. This is the 3rd hour burn, and the candles have been smelling so great. But I will definitely be splitting them up because so many times I've tested candles with the same scents together just because I'm focusing on the wick. The room smells so nice, but then as soon as I actually split them up, they don't do as well in terms of hot throw. For the 2nd round of burn testing for these candles, I need to separate them, one in my bedroom for example and one in my mum's bedroom, and then test the hot throw that way. But for today's video, I want to show you guys how 2 different wick series are working, and as you guys can see, Eco is still very angry. I'm not too sure why, but it's actually burning really well. We definitely have a melt pool right now. There is a thin, sorry, that's gone a bit dark. There is a thin layer of candle wax around the container, if you guys can see that on the side here, but that doesn't bother me. It will eventually, as the candle burns down, it gets hotter and that part of the candle will melt and it will actually add to your burn time. Moving on to TCR, the mushrooms are just so big. I think the wick could be working a little bit too hard. I could try wick up with it, I could try wick down, I could try both. I just need to see why the mushroom is just growing. But Eco, there's very little mushrooming, which that type of mushrooming, you guys, I'm so glad Eco did it. That type of mushrooming, you guys, I actually do not mind. I'm happy to take that as a pass if I see. I'm so sorry, like this flame is really angry, my god. Other than the flame being very angry today, but this is how they both look like at the moment. I will check back with you for the 4th hour, which is going to be the last hour burn. And here we are for the last hour burn. As you guys can see, eco hasn't really changed that much. We're still on a very high flame height. When I actually walked in, there was soot coming out of the flame, so this is definitely a no wick. This just definitely failed the test. It's just not working for the candle. The wax that was around here has melted and there's only a little bit left. Moving on to TCR, flame height is looking great, a lot better than the eco, as I've mentioned several times in this video. The mushrooming on that is just huge, and there's also mushrooming on the eco, but again, this mushrooming I don't mind. As soon as the burn cycle finishes, I'll just trim the wick and then it will start from scratch again. Look at this eco wick. It really is not happy today, is it? But yes, I think TCR is a lot calmer in terms of flame. There's so much soot coming out of this candle, unbelievable. I mean, the hot throw is still going great, but again, I do want to separate them and see how the hot throw does. Guys, I think I might have to actually turn that off now. Turn that off or blow it out, or I don't know how. What is the right word? Just blow the candle out. Oh, almost there. There we go. That's done, you guys. And then we'll switch that off too. The mushrooming on this is serious. This is this focusing. Look at the mushrooming, you guys. It's a lot of it. Yeah, no, definitely not happy with that. Oh, you guys, testing, but we are not going to give up. I'm just gonna blow it out and give it a rest. And this is how I do it. There we go, nice and beautiful. Tomorrow morning I will trim the wicks and then I'll start with the second round of burn testing, but I definitely think Ego is not working for Kera, so it's just not having it. TCR, there might be potential. I'm gonna try and wick up, but I actually think wicking up might be a bit too big because the wax is actually melted really well with TCR. It's just unfortunate the amount of mushrooming that happened on the wick. There are other wicks to try, so this is not the end of the testing process. However, for today's burn test, I know that it has not passed, so we'll move on and we'll keep going and keep trying, but this is the final result. I'll see you guys soon. Hello beautiful, I just want to come on here and show you the reset of the candle after it was burning for 4 hours, and I haven't trimmed the wick yet, so I want to show you how dramatic the mushrooming is on it. There's a bit of, sorry, this has gone out of focus. There's a bit of imperfections on the side here, but to be honest, that's not too bad. It reset really nicely. And moving on to the next one, also the same, a little bit of imperfections by the wick, but other than that, it's looking actually really good. Then you just trim the wick and you start testing again. Hello beautiful, it's so nice to see you again. I hope that you enjoyed me testing Kera soy today. I'm literally doing my second round of burn testing right now. This is the TCR 2716. I really enjoyed how beautiful and autumnal the fragrance oil was. When I walked into my bedroom, it just smells so beautiful. When my brother came into my bedroom like a few hours later after I finished burn testing, he's like, it smells so good in here, and I'm so glad that the smell actually lingers. You guys, this is why I love Cosy Owl fragrance oils. If you have not tried Cosy Owl fragrance oils yet, please, I actually recommend them. I'll link the fragrance oil that I've used down below, all the jars, all the wick. I've of course trimmed the wick and I made sure it's nice and clean, and I showed you guys how it reset, but I've literally just started burn testing it again and I just can't wait for it to smell the room. I'm in the living room right now and it's a pretty big space, and I'm burning the other candle in the hallway, so as soon as you walk to the front doors of the flat, others walking in to be able to smell it. One of my favorite things about scents is when you walk into a space or when you walk into like a room or whatever it is where it just smells really good. I know this is gonna sound weird, but bathrooms for me have to smell so good. Like, I love having diffusers in the bathrooms. I don't really burn a candle in the bathroom unless if I'm actually there. I get really paranoid of a candle burning in the bathroom by itself. Mainly I love putting diffusers in a bathroom or like diffusers in the middle of the table. You guys, just me having talk about scents just gets me so excited. I don't know what it is about smelling nice that I really like. Before I forget, is the candle burn test sheet that I've linked for you guys. If you can't open it, please let me know. But this is what I actually used at the beginning of my candle journey, but now that I'm more confident and I make candles a lot more, and you know, you just become used to the craft basically, that now I know what to look out for in my candle, which is why I turn to writing down in essay form. But everything that I think, I like to just put it down on a piece of paper. And I feel with a candle candle burn test sheet, I don't have enough space for me to literally go into the details of what I'm seeing in my candle. I hope I haven't missed out on anything else. I actually have a lot of testing for myself to do. You guys, thank God I remembered this. Curing your candles. So when I first started, up until recently, I used to cure my candles for a week. But to be honest, you guys, I feel like that delays my process of me having to test. So personally, what I saw working for me, I just let my candle rest for 48 hours. And by the 3rd day, I'm already testing the candle. I don't feel like the candle needs to be resting for 5 days or 7 days. I just feel like it really lengthened the process. Even if we are using natural wax, I've cured this candle for 48 hours. Now I know that I'm burning both candles in the same room, but I could still smell a hot throw. The reset on the candles was great. The tops was good. It just needed a bit of a heat gun because it was wrinkling at the top. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I think this video is going to be a little too long. I'm so sorry, you guys. I tend to just talk and I forget myself. I am going to close out today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure that you click on that subscribe button down below and give this video a huge thumbs up. Make sure that you comment down below on what videos you'd like to see from me in the future, and if you have any questions about today's video or any video, please reach out and let me know. And if you are interested in the soy lunar wax, also let me know. I'm happy to send that off to you. And lastly, don't forget to turn your post notifications on so you guys can get notified every time I post. Have a lovely weekend, a great week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.